Most people believe inflation is a natural disaster, something that just happens, a storm no one can control. History tells a very different story. Inflation is not an accident. It is a decision. And for thousands of years, the cost of that decision has always been paid by the same people. Ordinary citizens. Every civilization that debased its money told the same story to its people. They claimed it was temporary. They promised stability would return. They insisted there was no alternative. Rome did it first. When Roman emperors reduced the silver content of their coins, they didn't announce it as theft. They framed it as necessity. Wars had to be financed. Armies had to be paid. The empire had to survive. So they diluted the currency. At first, the changes were subtle. Coins looked the same. They carried the same symbols, but they contained less value. People noticed, but life continued. Prices rose slowly. Wages followed, but never fast enough. And every time confidence weakened, the state responded the same way. More coins. Less silver. Inflation wasn't chaos at first. It was inconvenience. That's how inflation always begins. Not with panic, but with excuses. Weimar Germany repeated the pattern centuries later. After World War I, the government faced massive debts and political pressure. Raising taxes was unpopular. Cutting spending was dangerous. So they printed money. At first, inflation helped. Debts became easier to pay. The economy appeared to move. But the illusion didn't last. As more money entered the system, prices detached from reality. Savings evaporated. Salaries lost meaning. Those who lived on fixed incomes were destroyed. Those who owned real assets survived, and often prospered. Inflation didn't hit everyone equally. It never does. It punishes patience. It rewards debt. It transfers wealth quietly, without a vote, without a law. This is the psychological brilliance of inflation. People don't revolt against it immediately because it doesn't feel like violence. It feels like erosion. A little less purchasing power, a little more stress, a little more adaptation, until adaptation fails. Modern economies follow the same script. Today, inflation is explained with technical language: supply chains, interest rates, temporary shocks. But beneath the jargon, the mechanism is unchanged. When governments spend beyond their means, they have three choices: raise taxes, cut spending, or devalue the currency. History shows which option they choose most often. Inflation allows governments to avoid responsibility while shifting the cost onto society. Salaries lag behind. Savings lose value. Debt holders are protected. And the psychological damage goes deeper than money. Inflation destroys trust. People stop believing prices. They stop believing institutions. They stop believing promises. Short-term thinking replaces long-term planning. Speculation replaces productivity. Survival replaces stability. This is why inflation is so corrosive. It doesn't just change numbers, it changes behavior. Rome didn't fall the moment its currency weakened. It fell when trust in the system collapsed. The same has been true in every inflationary crisis since. Inflation is never neutral. It always chooses winners and losers. And ordinary people are almost always on the losing side. Inflation isn't a mystery. It isn't a force of nature. It is a policy. And history shows that when money is sacrificed to preserve power, society pays the price. Empires don't collapse when inflation begins. They collapse when people realize what it has already taken from them. If this gave you a new perspective, subscribe. History doesn't repeat. but it always sends the bill.